Okay. Can I introduce you?
Yes, sir.
On the mic.
Start.
நம்முடைய இப்பொழுது
இவர் இன்ட்ரோடக்ஷன் பண்றாரு. அப்புறம்
திருமதி நவ்யா நாயர் அவர்கள், பாவியா நாயர் அவர்கள் அகில இந்திய காங்கிரஸ் கமிட்டியில் இருந்து பேட்டிக்காக நம்முடைய தமிழ்நாடு காங்கிரஸ் கமிட்டியில் இருந்து மதுரை மாநகர காங்கிரஸ் கமிட்டி சார்பாக இங்கே வந்திருக்கிறார். பத்திரிகையாளர் சந்திப்புக்காக வந்திருக்கிறார். அவர் உங்களிடையே சில நாட்டில் உள்ள இந்த கேடுகட்ட மோடி அரசை பற்றியும் நாட்டில் சமீபம் நடந்து கொண்டிருக்கின்ற மோசடியான மோடி அரசின் நடவடிக்கைகளை பற்றியும் உங்களுடைய எடுத்துக்கொள்வார்.
ஒரு 2 நிமிஷம்
Okay.
மணிகண்டன் எல்லாம் வந்துட்டாங்களா? இவங்க வரணுமா? ஆக்சுவலா இன்னைக்கு வந்து கோயம்புத்தூர்லயும் மதுரையிலயும் நடக்குது. அவங்க வந்து நேஷனல் மீடியா கோஆர்டினேட்டர் நேஷனல் ஹெரால்டு கேஸ்ல நிறைய புரிதல் இல்லாம பொலிட்டிக்கல் வெண்டேட்டாவா மோடி அரசாங்கம் தவறுதலான நிறைய விஷயங்களை பரப்பி விடுறதுனால அகில இந்திய காங்கிரஸ் சார்பாக நேஷனல் மீடியா கோஆர்டினேட்டர்ஸ் ஆல் ஓவர் இந்தியா 56 சிட்டிஸ்ல இந்த நேஷனல் ஹெரால்ட் கேஸ பத்தி முழுவதுமா விளக்குறதற்காக 56 சிட்டியில 21ஆம் தேதியில இருந்து 27ஆம் தேதிக்குள்ள 56 சிட்டியில எக்ஸ்பிளனேஷன் மீடியா பிரஸ் மீட் கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. இன்னைக்கு தமிழ்நாட்டுல அந்த 56 சிட்டில தமிழ்நாட்டுல கோயம்புத்தூர், மதுரை, சென்னை, இன்னைக்கு மதுரையிலையும் கோயம்புத்தூர்லயும் இன்னைக்கு நடக்குது. ஸோ அவங்க வந்து நேஷனல் மீடியா கோஆர்டினேட்டர், கர்நாடகாவோட ஜெனரல் செக்ரட்டரி பாவ்யா நரசிம்மமூர்த்தி. தேங்க்யூ. ஃபர்ஸ்டிங்களா? ஓகே, எல்லாம் ஓகே, ஆரம்பிச்சிடலாமா?
ஓகே மேடம்.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you, the whole media of Madurai district, for being here for this press meet. We have our leaders, Congress District President Karthikeyan sir, with us for this press conference. We have Venkataramana sir, Varadarajan sir, Ravichandran sir and Murthy sir. Thank you for being here. The main reason why we are here, and as mentioned by him, in 57 cities of this country, a press conference is going on the same topic, is one, to expose the lies that BJP as a party is shamelessly spreading. The second, we believe in the people of India. We want to present the truth in front of the people of India because there is nothing bigger than the judgment of the people of India for us. This press conference is mainly concentrated on national hierarchies. We want to keep the facts in front of you. Why Narendra Modi government is after national hierarchy? Why now? And why against Sonia Gandhi ji and Rahul Gandhi? These 3 are the questions I'm going to address right now. Why national hierarchy? Article 51A clause B of our constitution. It says, it is a fundamental duty of every citizen to cherish and follow noble ideals which inspire our national struggle for freedom. My friends in media, I would like to ask you one question. Can BJP even mention any of the national struggle participation from their side or their parental body RSS? Can they be proud of about their contribution to in our freedom struggle? No. The history of freedom struggle threatens them because it exposes their cowardice and betrayal against the people of India. Why National Herald? Because National Herald paper is a heritage. It reminds us of the sacrifices that our leaders have made in gaining this independence to our country. I would like to first keep the facts in front of you as to what is National Herald. In 1937, National Herald was started as a mouthpiece of freedom fighters to reach different parts of the country. It was published in 3 languages: National Herald in English, Qawmi Awaaz in Urdu, Nav Jeevan in Hindi. This was the medium through which our freedom fighters communicated across India. When we gained independence and then Congress was not in power, other parties were in power, this National Herald newspaper was totally ignored and went into a loss. So between 2000 to 2010, Congress party helped National Herald get through its loss in a way. It's 100 small branches spread over a decade amounting to 90 crores by bank checks to protect the institution. They did not have money to pay the salaries, PFs and even electricity bill. It was our duty as citizens of this country and mostly as a Congress party to protect our heritage. So that's the reason this loan of 90 crores was given to National Herald to protect it from bankruptcy. And then, in 2010, Young India was formed as a charitable, not-for-profit company. Let me tell you one thing. National Herald is also a not-profit organization, like any media, for example. It holds immovable properties in 6 places. That is, in Lucknow, can you please switch off your mobile? In 6 places. And in Lucknow is the only place where its property can be sold. Otherwise, every other property is seized, and in the contract with the government back then, it is said that these properties cannot be sold. According to BJP's WhatsApp University, National Herald has 5,000 crores worth of property. But in reality, according to Income Tax Department, the total assets of National Herald is 413 crores. One minute. The second thing, Young India was actually registered as a not-for-profit company under Section 25 of Companies Act 2015. Here, again, the presidents, the shareholders, Srimati Sonia Gandhi, late Shri Motilal Vora, late Shri Oscar Fernandez, Shri Rahul Gandhi. The then top leaders, top official office bearers of Congress party. And 2 non-shareholders, including Shri Sam Gupta and Shri Suman Gupta. When this Young India was registered, the main purpose was to convert this 90 crore debt into equity. So now, Young India, as claimed by BJP, does not own AJL, which is Assorted Journalists Limited, which owns these 3 newspapers that I mentioned. AJL is still the owner. Young India is just a shareholder of AJL. Young India's shareholders are these 4 people I mentioned. And very clearly, it is written that not a single rupee should be given to any shareholder whether as salaries or dividends or in any manner. BJP is trying to portray this as a money grab, as money laundering that has happened. And ED is going ahead with the PMLA Act, that is Prevention of Money Laundering Act. When there is no transaction of money, no transfer of property, how can you apply PMLA over here? Is our first question. So National Herald, it is a national heritage, we wanted to protect it, and that's the reason we started Young India, and so far, not a penny, not 1 rupee has been transferred to neither Srimati Sonia Gandhi nor Shri Rahul Gandhi. But still, the political vendetta, the hateful politics that BJP is practicing since ages, they are going after Srimati Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. Now let me tell you, why? Why now? In media, I'm sure all of you might have telecasted what is happening in Nadu. You know about the tariffs that America is forcing on us. You know how Indians were chained and deported back to India from America like animals, and did Narendra Modi even speak a word? It showed what a weak leader Narendra Modi is. Did he even visit Manipur once? It's been a year, more than a year since the unrest started in Manipur. Okay, let's talk about price rise and unemployment. It takes us together. They have to distract the public from all these issues. They just raised 50 rupees on LPG. What's the best way to distract the public? Criticize your opponents, vilify your opponents. That's the only arrow in their quiver that they use. Now let's come to why Rahul Gandhi, why Srimati Sonia Gandhi. I'm sure you might have covered what happened in Gujarat convention recently, All India Congress Committee convention that was held in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Rahul Gandhi gave a very strong message to BJP. He exposed every lie, every failure of BJP, gave a strong message to Modi, which threatened and rankled Mr. Modi. Guess what? This complaint was registered by Subramanya Swamy in 2013. Then in 15, and Subramanya Swamy, who is also from here, I'm sure you all know, he pursued the case till 2020. Then he brings a stay on his own cross-examination. Who does that? You file a complaint, you follow with the case for 8 years. Then when it's time to cross-examine you bring a stay on it. Does this make any sense at all? If there is any metal in this case? No. Then what happens? He files a case with the Election Commission, and Election Commission dismisses this case, saying, according to Section 29B and 29C of Representation of People Act, there is no restriction on how a political party may use its fund. Congress has declared the load in official filings and made the transactions public. We have told that Young India is there, and we used it to recover the losses of National Herald, which is our heritage. So, Election Commission dismisses this case in 2012. In 2015, the matter was referred to ED. 2015. Enforcement Directorate was referred, that is after Narendra Modi came to power. You know, he started using ED, IP, all of this as his lapdogs. Any opponent to him, any strong opposition leader, he unleashes his pet animals. He treats ED and IT department like that, only to unleash against his opponents. Guess what? 98% of complaints that are filed in ED are opponents of the ruling party. 8% of the case with ED. Isn't it pure political vendetta? Does this make any sense at all? And the worst part is, this is like a slap on the face of BJP that the conviction rate of ED is just 1%. So what happened to all the cases that you are filing against your opponents and the conviction is just 1%? That means, don't you think these are all fake cases? You are just misusing enforcement directorate against your opponents? Is this even acceptable in a democracy just because you are in a place of power, in a position of power? You think you have a right to misuse ED like this? So like I said, in 2015, it was given to ED. What happens? The then director, Shri Rajan Kapoor, dismisses this case from ED, saying there is no mental illness National Herald case. So, Election Commission dismissed this case in 2012. In 2015, even ED dismisses this case under the directorship of Shri Rajan Kapoor. Guess what happens? He will be removed as ED director right after he dismissed this case. So you play with the officials for your own gains just because you are in a position of power. Look at the extreme of misuse of power that they are actually doing this. Then what happens? Some years later in 2021, whoever became the ED director was again the lapdog of the ruling party. It is literally being used as a political extortion machine, the enforcement directorate. Then in 2023, what happens? The enforcement directorate issued a provisional attachment order which is confirmed by a tribunal 10th April 2024. Please remember the date. 10th April 2024. This order was passed saying you have 1 year to file charge sheet. Last year on 10th April, they said you have 1 year to file charge sheet. That means BJP government had 1 year time to find all the evidences against this case and file charge sheet. 1 year they don't get anything. On 9th April 2025, exactly 1 day before they completed 1 year, 1 day before the deadline, they filed a charge sheet. And they are saying Rahul Gandhi, Sri Rahul Gandhi and Srimati Sonia Gandhi are guilty of it. They are spreading this rumor. I would like to ask you all, my media friends, do you have a copy of the charge sheet? Has it been made public till now? If there was any substance in it, you think they would have waited for 1 full year to file a charge sheet? Or do you think this is just for their convenience, now to distract the people of India and to distort the history of freedom struggle and to attack one of the strongest opposition leaders, that is Sri Rahul Gandhi, that doing this? Isn't it very clear? Just 1 day before the deadline, you just file a charge sheet, because after 1 day you will not be able to, and you don't even publicize the charge sheet or tell what is in it so far. This is pure political vendetta. Now, there are some lies that are spread in the WhatsApp University of BJP. I would like to bust all of these lies. They say Young India took over ASL, that is Associated Journalists Limited. No, Young India did not take over AJL. It continues to own and manage all its properties, publications and operations. Young India only became a shareholder after a debt-to-equity conversion was unanimously approved by AJL shareholders. So, Young India does not own. I would like to tell you similar circumstances when we try to support national heritage, our national heritage through these means, debt-to-equity conversion, which is a norm used to save some of the companies. You know what Narendra Modi said? Ruchi Soya's debt by waving off and Baba Ramdev's Patanjali bond. We are saving National Herald using debt to equity conversion. Narendra Modi is bent on saving Baba Ramdev Patanjali's this Ruchi Soya, which was also under loss. Same concept, two different purpose. You tell us which purpose is right. Supporting his own friends using this, but accusing your opponents of saving a national heritage using the same concept. What kind of double standard is this? My next myth. Gandhi family is making huge money out of AJL. Not one rupee has been transferred to any accounts owned by either Srimati Sonia Gandhi or Sri Rahul Gandhi. Not one penny. It is not supposed to transfer. Not property also. You can't even sell the property that is owned by AJL. It is written that no shareholders have any right to sell or take salaries or use the profit or take dividends, nothing. This is a namesake they are shown to shareholders to save this national heritage. This is another, their WhatsApp university lies they are spreading. Sonia Gandhi and Sri Rahul Gandhi committed financial misappropriation. Again I told you, debt to equity conversion, they want to portray it like this. Congress gave AJL several loans. That means in 10 years, total through check transaction, they have given 90 crore loans to National Herald. To pay legitimate dues like salaries, VRF, PF, electricity bills of the company which was going through loss, the AJL. The loan was later converted into equity, a standard financial practice, even used by government right now. I told you, Patanjali owned the other soya, whatever, Ruchi Soya, there. The same concept. Next, Young India owns AJL's assets and receives its income. This is also a lie. All rent, property and income belongs to AJL, not Young India and its shareholders. The income is being spent on running the newspapers and media operations of AJL as was the mandate of the company. Only AJL uses its profit, whatever comes out of it, to maintain the company. AJL owns 5,000 crore worth of property. Even, there is not an ounce of reality to these claims that the BJP is making right now. From the top Prime Minister to every BJP worker and their social media liars. Because according to Income Tax Department of India, the worth of property that is owned by AJL is 430 crores only. You just increased it like 10 folds, more than that, 12 folds. That's not acceptable. Next, the National Herald case proves wrongdoing by Congress leaders. Like I said, Election Commission dismissed it in 2012 totally. In August 2015, ED also closed the file, but Narendra Modi changed the director only because he didn't listen to him in implementing his political agenda. He changed the director and then they again pursued the case. Why did ED reopen the case in 2021? And we all know, since then only, they have been using the ED departments as political extortion machines. Anyone speaks against them, including celebrities, not just their opponents in politics. Anyone, any activist, any politicians, any celebrities, speak about them, tweet about them, send ED against them, send IT department against them. This has been happening. And like I said, 98% cases have been filed against the opposition leaders and the conviction rate is 1%, which is a shame on ED. Conviction rate is just 1%. That means you're just going haywire just because your boss has unleashed you and keep registering complaints against everyone, and finally everything turns out to be a fake case. And National Herald is one too. In 2025, the charge sheet proves guilty of, they are claiming that Srimati Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi are guilty according to 2025 charge sheet. Please show us the charge sheet. Why haven't you released it? Why haven't you given it to the media? At least the gist of it. And why did you wait for 364 days? Why didn't you file a charge sheet before? You had 1 year time. Twice it was dismissed, and now you come up with a charge sheet on the 1 day before the deadline, and you are accusing your opponents without even releasing the charge sheet. You can just see the truth in there. And in here, this is a fair legal case, is what they are claiming. This is a political vendetta to silence our leaders. If you know, if there is one strong voice against the RSS, against the Narendra Modi's government exposing, if there is one party which has never compromised, no matter what, no matter how much they try to bring in hateful politics, it's Congress party and Shri Rahul Gandhi. That is the reason he has been made the victim of it, but he's a survivor. You have seen, this is not the first time Narendra Modi has done it. If you see, if you remember Mahatma Gandhi's quote, first they laughed at you. They tried to make fun of him. If you remember, they unleashed their whole social media against him. Bharat Jodo and every fight of his against this government proved what a leader he is. Now they are afraid of him. Now they are attacking him. This is all they are doing. This is the main reason this National Herald case has come up. We are not going to give up, no matter how much Narendra Modi government tries. We will not give up on our fight for our country, no matter how much you try to scare us. Shri Rahul Gandhi is a very brave man, and I'm sure your covered eyes cannot beat him. No matter how much hateful politics you want to throw against him. Thank you everyone for being here. I would like to request you all to please take this news. Our All India Congress Committee is doing this press conference in 57 towns and cities at once. In 3 days, there will be 57 press conferences happening. And this is only so that you media people will help us exposing the lies of BJP and taking the truth to the people of India. Their ways of digressing, that is, whatever the important issues are right now, like price hike, unemployment, they just want to deviate. Distorting history because they don't have history. Tell us one leader from their party or RSS who sacrificed for the purpose of our freedom struggle. No, none of them. They don't like the history of our freedom struggle. They want to destroy history. They want to distort history. That's the reason National Herald. They have attacked National Herald, which is our heritage. Third, why Shri Rahul Gandhi? Because he is the only voice today exposing every lie, every inefficiency, every hateful step taken by Narendra Modi government. Thank you everyone for being here. I would like to end my press conference here. Any questions?